This is Kayla and Shelby. They're gonna watch me do my speech tonight. So stop and focus on this. You're up late at night and you're watching a movie and you get to a quiet scene in the movie and your phone starts ringing off the hook. You look down and Amber Alert, Florence, Alabama pops up on your phone. It says, young female kidnapped, blonde hair, blue eyes, last seen wearing a purple shirt and overalls. Last seen in a blue Honda Civic with a license plate 52AC698. Proceeded to be in imminent danger. How would you react? Most would think it's not a big deal and go back about their day. Most would think it's not up to me to figure out what happened to her. Some would think, well, that's really sad. What else can I do? But Amber Alerts are meant to reach out to anyone possible they can. These are intended for everyone to take seriously. In my speech today, you'll learn what an Amber Alert is, how it came about, and its effect today. Amber Alerts are sent out in hopes for a nation or area to be on the lookout for abducted youth. AMBER stands for America's Missing Broadcast Emergency Response. It started in Dallas, Texas in 1996, and it teamed up with broadcast teams with local police to develop an early warning system to find abducted youth. Once the Amber Alert started, other states began giving it different names to memorialize the kids that have been kidnapped in their states. For example, Georgia named their Amber Alert Levi's Call. Hawaii named it Molly's Amber Alert. Once police can determine that the child is in imminent danger, they broadcast an alert to all radio stations and news stations. Amber Alerts are not issued for all missing children. It's only issued if they meet the Amber Alert criteria, and each state has their own criteria. For example, they have to believe that they're in imminent danger. They have to believe that they actually have been abducted, and that they have to believe they're in danger of bodily injury or death. There has to be enough descriptive information about the victim and the abduction. So they can't just say, hey, this girl's abducted. I don't know what she looks like. I don't know where she's at, but she's abducted. They can't do anything about that. But if they have a full description of what she's wearing, what she looks like, what car she was in, who took her, if she's in danger or not, they'll post an Amber Alert. There's actually also a age limit on Amber Alerts. They have to be 17 years or younger, since it is intended for children. Amber and Amber Alert is an acronym for a young girl named Amber Hagerman who was kidnapped in 1996. Her and her brother Ricky, who was 5 and she was 9, were on the way to Winn-Dixie to find groceries for their grandparents. They were riding on their bikes like normal kids do, and Ricky decided to turn around. They don't know why he decided to turn around, but he did. And it left Amber alone. A bystander who was in his backyard at the time was watching Amber, and he saw a black car pull up. The man came out of his truck and he grabbed Amber, put her in the car, and Amber was screaming. He knew something wasn't right, so he instantly called 911. Some time had passed and Amber's grandparents started to worry. Amber's grandfather started going down the street and decided to go to Winn-Dixie to find them. And Ricky finally came back and Amber's grandmother started to worry. Well, since the man called 911, the dispatchers decided to come to that area, and Amber's grandfather just realized that she had been taken. The man who witnessed it said that the man was either white or Hispanic that kidnapped her. 4 days had passed and Amber still wasn't found. A man one day, after these 4 days had passed, was walking his dog and saw a body of a child laying in a flowing water creek, and saw this girl slit, with her throat slit. He realized it was Amber, and they got her body and did an autopsy on her, and they realized the two of the days of the 4 days she was missing, she was kept alive and sexually assaulted. The other 2 days she was left in the creek dead. They realized that the man put her in the creek so his DNA wouldn't be caught, because at the time, strangers, it was rare for strangers to pick up young girls like that. It was like they did it as like an impulse thing, so it was rare and people thought it was random. Well, after this, people started going, well, why didn't you have a thing that would tell us that she was missing? We could have looked for her. We could have helped with this. And a lady on a broadcast, or a radio broadcast, suggested this. And she said, next time we need to have something that tells us if they get kidnapped, or what happened, or anything like that. So then the Amber Alert was born. So now the Amber Alert was born, over 860 children since February 2017 have been returned safely. Now they have it to where Amber Alerts not only go on radio systems, to news stations, but it also goes on your telephones. So anytime an Amber Alert is in your area, you'll get a notification. It's now over all 50 states. It's in the District of Columbia, Indian countries, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and 22 other countries. This has successfully helped kids come back to their home safely. But in conclusion, Amber Alert not only saved lives, but also came from a tragic situation, but went to a positive situation and helped all these kids find their home safely. And it turned into a positive thing when it came from such a tragedy. And without this today, we probably wouldn't have found these kids who desperately needed to get home or taken against their will. It helped kids not realize, but just help them get home safely and get home to their families in a timely manner, if that makes sense. But thank you for watching my speech, and my name is Haley Morrison, and I hope you enjoyed it.